Hey, Dr. Sheena Howard here, founder of Power Your Research, an academic branding company where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. And before we jump into this video, I just want to make sure I am set up correctly and streaming correctly on places like LinkedIn and all of that good stuff so that I don't have to re-record this video. Give me 1 second. Okay, we are good to go. So what we're going to talk about in this video is outsourcing. And as early as possible in your brand building journey, you should be trying to outsource. Now, I know at the very beginning, you might not want to spend the money on outsourcing, and you might be thinking, oh, I have to train this person, and that's going to take some time. And so you might spend way too long doing everything yourself in your brand building process when really you should be outsourcing a lot of the things that you're not an expert in or that you simply don't like to do. So one of the things we're going to talk about today specifically is actually creating a brand strategy guide and then using that brand strategy guide as a part of your onboarding of any contractors, freelancers or part-time employees, even full-time employees that you may bring on down the line. So in the Power Your Research program, one of the things that clients get at the end of the program is their 6-figure roadmap, and it's essentially their business plan. And their business plan is their digital strategy guide, which it has a bunch of different sections. It's like 30 pages. We'll go over some of those the overview of some of those little sections in this video. Obviously, I can't go in detail, but it includes an overview of your goals for the year, the next couple of years, your brand identity stuff, like who's your voice, who's your target audience, the channels of communication. So what social media platforms are you using for your brand to reach your people, and detailing the content strategy, the sales funnels, and your basic roadmap to get to 6 figures and beyond houses this digital brand strategy guide. Now, one of the great things about taking the time to do your digital brand strategy guide is I probably can share my screen and just show you briefly an overview of what mine looks like. I don't usually share my screen on here, but let me see. Okay, I think you can see that this is my digital brand strategy guide. Is 32 pages. This is an overview of the table of contents here. And, this is your business plan, right? The yearly goals, your brand identity. This just goes on and on and on and on. Again, inside the Power Your Research program, this is what we help you create. So it just goes on and on, very detailed. This is the internal stuff that I feel like a lot of people who have big brands and who are doing well do not show people. And so this is the super important work that you have to do. This just goes on and on. So in outsourcing, to make this process easier for you, one of the things that you can do as you onboard people, since they have to speak in your brand voice, they're going to be, for example, I have, an editor that edits my videos, right? He needs to know how to edit in the style that I would edit to tell my story. My grant writer, she needs to know the words that I use and don't use. She needs to be able to speak in my brand voice in the way I would. My assistant, a lot of times she creates social media captions. She needs to speak like me. And so one time you can create a video where you just go through your entire brand strategy guide with everyone that you bring on to your team. And this will give them clarity around those things, and it will save you time. So every time I hire a new editor or a grant writer or whoever it is, I'll say, hey, before you start working with me, you have to watch this 1 hour video that goes through my brand strategy guide. Not only does it help them understand my voice, but it also helps them understand where they fit in my sales funnels, right? So sometimes when you bring like on a virtual assistant or something, you're having them do tasks, but they don't have any context, right? They don't have any context. They might just think, oh yeah, I'm just creating these blog posts and it's not a big deal. But when you can show them like, hey, the work that you're doing is very, very important to the success of the company, and here's where it fits in, it gets them motivated. It gets them helping. It gets them understanding your purpose, right? It gets them to understand your intent, because you want the people that are working for you to have buy-in into the thing that you're doing. You want to enroll them in your vision. You want them to enroll them in the culture of your thing. So, if your brand is all about helping people reach their next level, and these people that work for you will be communicating with your potential customers and clients, you want them to speak in a way that reflects your culture, right? You want them to speak in a way that reflects your mission. Otherwise, you will be turning people off who don't get to interface with you, but that only get to interface with like your staff. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. It's not often that I get to talk on this platform about internal things that I do to, keep the process going and make things a little bit easier. So, outsource, bring people on, bring them up to speed quickly with your brand voice and who you are and where they fit in the sales funnel by just creating a one-time 1 hour video going through your brand strategy guide so they understand the culture of who you are, how to communicate effectively with your clients, customers, and that kind of thing. So happy to answer any questions. Hope this video helps somebody out there. And I always circle back and check out the comments if you do have any comments or questions. And again, my name is Dr. Sheena Howard. I am the founder of Power Your Research, an academic branding company where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. And this video is all about, as quickly as possible, building a team, starting with contractors and bringing them on board quickly.